Hey, what's this? It's not a gaming video? Yes, of course. You didn't expect Balance Studios to be just about gaming, otherwise we wouldn't be a balanced studio. Well, anyways, this is my first of the Computer Corner videos, where we look at all my different computers here in the corner. Right there. That's a corner, is it not? Anyways, and our first one is Time Beast here, which is a Dimension 4600. Now, if you don't know, you actually can't take this off. And now you don't know what it is. Could be any dimension, really. But yeah, I got this here in Colorado for like $20. You know, Windows XP, Pentium 4 hyperthreading. Not a bad system, really, but I do seriously need something more powerful eventually. I mean, the hyperthreading Pentium 4s weren't that bad. But come on, this computer's in 2004. It's really showing its age. I mean, the CD drive, it opens, but doesn't even work. But yeah, 2004 desktop, and I'm not certain exactly how that compares to a 2009 netbook. This is Maple, another Windows XP machine, of course, with an Intel Atom processor. If you want to notice the model number for this one, it's a I think it's a 1000 HE. Yeah. Again, starting to show its age. I think it's maybe more powerful graphically than than Time Beast. By the way, that's why I named these computers Maple the netbook, Time Beast the desktop. You'll get used to it. But yeah, it might have better graphics than the other computer simply because it's newer and supports more APIs or so, but other than that, Maple really isn't that powerful at all. It does have a really great battery life though. I mean, this is a great choice if you just need a computer for like typing or so on the go. You can even upgrade the RAM to 2 gigabytes and run Windows 7 on it if you want. That would be nice. And speaking of RAM, Time Beast up here even has 2 whole gigabytes of RAM, which is really overkill for a computer like that. But yeah, Maple only has 1 gigabyte. But anyways, that moves us to the star of the show, which is Against All But here. Now, that doesn't look like a computer to you, does it? That's because I gutted Against All But. Poor thing. See here, 250-watt power supply over here, some floppy cables, remember these IDE cables, CD drive over there, a floppy drive over there. This is a new heatsink actually. I don't know what this is doing here, but this is part of the old heatsink, which I actually accidentally broke while making it. So how much did a Pentium 4 heatsink cost anyways? Whatever. But Against All But is just an ordinary Pentium 4 without hyperthreading, horrendously slow graphics card over here. Excuse the messiness, but yeah, that's a Vanta 16. You know what 16 stands for? 16 megabytes of VRAM. Yeah. Even Time Beast has more. Time Beast has 64 megabytes of VRAM, but anyways, yeah, I got Against All But for free. I'll say it. As the joke has confirmed in the past, I got this computer for free. I decided, just use the case. Even if I'm not going to use the computer, I just use the case and build my next PC, Lead Leg. Lead Leg will be an E5200 processor. Doesn't really look like much, but that is actually a really good dual-core Pentium processor. In fact, it's a great overclocker. So, if you're looking for a really cheap PC that actually perform about as well as I don't know, maybe a Core 2 Quad or so, or maybe you should just buy a Core 2 Quad then. But the E5200 was what I had lying around, so it shall go into Lead Leg. finally get me up to Core 2 Duo speed so I can actually record videos for our channel. Yes, I know that plastic bags are not very good anti-static, but whatever. This is DDR2 RAM, got 2 gigabytes of it, well 3 gigabytes, but I can't use one of the gigabytes because different sticks. Yeah, Promos, whatever. I don't know if these companies that still make RAM, but yeah, Hynix. Well, one gigabyte stick of DDR2 and another gigabyte stick of DDR2 makes 2 gigabytes of DDR2. Now, we got other parts like a DVD drive over there, the heatsink over here, the power supply. Oh, I'm just kidding, of course. This is much too weak for lead leg. Only 20 pins. Just Molax connectors, so maybe a floppy connector. 250 watts. That's not nearly enough for lead leg. So we're getting a new power supply if it will focus on my screen. That's the motherboard I'm using for lead leg, by the way. It's an Intel DG31. But yeah, the power supply I'm getting is this EVGA 430 watt. Yeah, $30, but it does have a rebate system, so it's $20. It seemed like a pretty good deal. I could have either gotten that or a cheap Chinese power supply off of eBay that I can't really trust to be have continuous 430 watts or 450 watts or whatever. So I decided, I'll just spend a little extra and go with EVGA. Hopefully they'll give me the rebate. But yeah, anything else to go parts with this one? Word of warning for all of you who are trying to use a case like this, sometimes they have extra motherboard standoffs. Like, there are 4 extra motherboard standoffs around here, this area. Please remember to remove those, otherwise you're a dummy. And that will short out the motherboard on the bottom, possibly cause more damage if you screw it in too tight to the other standoffs. Just make certain that you're actually installing a micro ATX board into a micro ATX case. Otherwise, you have problems. And also be certain that not to get a motherboard that isn't even ATX. I found a pretty good motherboard online. Turned out it was BTX. Balance technology extended. Sounds like a good motherboard for me, right? Well, too bad it doesn't fit in this case, because it's mounted on the other side of the case. So basically upside down. The IO shield is on the bottom, I believe, with the expansion slots on the top. That will not do in this case unless you want to do some really big modifications. Well, the last thing on our agenda is the hard drive. And what hard drives do I have? By the way, that's the microphone I use for all our recording and such. Decent microphone. I hope you like the quality of it. But anyways, here's the hard drive in the cage. And yeah, you probably won't be able to see the brand, but notice something about it. It's PETA. Yes, PETA. That's specifically why I bought these extra PETA cables right here. I don't have any SATA hard drives. I just have PETA hard drives. But thankfully, hard drives don't go much past the speed cap of PETA, so I can use PETA and get away with it. And my board even has a PETA slot on it, so that'll be perfect. I have 2 PETA drives, in fact. Both 250 gigs, that's 500 gigs. That's a pretty decent amount, isn't it? So yeah, I'll be building a Core 2, basically a Core 2 Duo system with PETA. Strange, but I'll do. And that just wraps it up for about. Install butt is no more, and lead leg shall be arriving soon, and I'll make another video documenting lead leg and their rise, hopefully to power on first try, right? Everybody's hoping so. But anyways, that's all the parts, and might as well give you a preview of what our next solo video will be. That'll be fun. Alright, that's all for now, everyone. Tune in for more Balanced Studios and make sure to tell me if you want any more Computer Corner videos. Goodbye.